I recently got this standing desk for my wife, and it is fantastic so far. I'm going to show you how I install it in a minute, but first I want to tell you the features I like, and then if you want to stick around for me putting this together and giving you the right order of our operation, you can. You'll see it raising and lowering. I'm 6'4", so it gets really high, and then it will go all the way down low enough for any office chair, which is fantastic. My favorite features are that it has presets. You've got multiple presets that you can change exactly the height you want. So you can set it and then just hit the numbers to go to the standing, sitting low, whatever it is, if you have different chairs. And then it's got 2 holes in it, which you can run cords and wires through. Clearly here I don't have it set up with computers on it yet, but then it has fantastic cord organization as well as really good gears on the bottom. The setup's not super difficult. The instructions are good. It took me about 30 minutes, but there is an order of operation that if you miss out on, then you're kind of have to redo some of it. So I'm going to tell you that right now, so let's jump into the install. First of all, it comes in 2 boxes, which is nice, so it's easy to carry around. It's not super heavy. One box has the bamboo top, which is really well made. It feels really durable, solid, and good quality. The other box is the base, the standing base that moves up and down. That's what we're gonna have to put together. Whenever I put together a table like this, I like to set all the pieces out so I can get a feel for what everything is before I start working on it. This helps me not lose any small parts and helps me make sure I don't miss anything. The instructions are decent, but even when I tried to follow them to a T, I didn't quite make it. So here's what I learned. First, we're going to start with the legs of the table. These just go in with little Allen wrenches, and they include all the tools, which is really great. And it's quite easy to put these in. You just got to put the leg upside down, and you're going to install it from the bottom. And then that's going to be really, really secured. We can move on to the next step. We'll grab the crossbar next, and we need to install this. And there's 4 screws on this that keep it tight, and there's a bar in the middle that can extend. So loosen these 4 screws, and then we're going to put this crossbar on. Now the distance doesn't quite matter yet because we'll set the distance officially once we put it onto the table because there's pre-made holes on the table. That's one thing I messed up on. A second thing I messed up on here is I put those 2 bolts in. The one closest to the leg you shouldn't put in yet because you're going to put it in later on top of a bracket. And so I installed these bolts, and then I had to uninstall one of them, and you'll see it right here to put this bracket in. And this is where I realized I screwed up. So I undo it, I undo that top bolt right there, and then we can put this bracket in. It goes through, it seats in, and it makes it more rigid and solid to have those combined. So make sure you have that in the correct order. And here I am doing the other side. The order of operation is basically what takes a while on this project just to figure out what it is. So next we're gonna put this middle cross drive shaft in. This is pretty easy to put in. There's one adjustment in the middle, and you can adjust it to loosen this bar, and it'll extend out, and you just put either side into each end and then tighten it. It includes the wrench to tighten this bar down, so it's nice and easy. Next, find the bottom of the table, and you can identify it by the side that has screw holes pre-drilled. That's the bottom. We want to put the top of the table on the ground so we can put the legs into the bottom. Now you can adjust the legs outward until the holes line up with the pre-drilled holes in the table. And then you can tighten down those 4 screws on the crossbar, and then you can tighten down the bar in the middle. That's the drive shaft. Following that, we'll use these 2 small screws, and this will guide the drive shaft, or not guide it, but kind of protect it as it moves. It allows you to not hit your knees on it, get any fingers in it, or anything. So those are just protective little brackets. Then following that, we're going to put the controller on. Now there's pre-drilled holes on both sides, so you can install this on both sides. And there's another bracket you'll see there that'll hold this box. So I ended up deciding I want it on the other side. So I'm going to put that bracket in. We're going to plug everything together. Very self-explanatory when you're there doing it. And then you'll see that bracket underneath that'll hold that power adapter. I'm going to screw it all into the table. Now you can screw the legs into the table. You can screw everything into the table now. And there at the end, you'll see me doing cord organization with this double-sided sticky tape they provide with little clips, which is fantastic. Okay, now let's flip the table over and see how it works. All in all, it seems like a sturdy desk, and I think my wife's really gonna like working here.